Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another edition of Kelsey's Corner. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell here in our digital studio, and if you like sports, well, you're in the right place. So stay locked in. We've got a jam-packed show. I'm going to kick things off by taking a trip down the road to D.H. Conley High School. We're continuing to follow the D.H. Conley cheer squad's road to nationals. I first introduced the story a few weeks back when the team began fundraising for the UCA national competition. Since that report, the community helped the girls fundraise enough money to travel to nationals down in Orlando, Florida. Now, yesterday, their send-off included one last performance for their supporters. Here's Sierra Sutherland on how she and the team is feeling before the competition.
I'm feeling pretty nervous, but I know as a team and as a whole we'll do great, and as long as we work together and have good spirit, then we'll do great.
The Vikings flew out of town bright and early this morning and will compete Friday. The On Your Side sports team wishes you all the best of luck. And February 5th was a big day for some local athletes. It was National Signing Day. Our Nolan Knight has more on the coverage.
February's National Signing Day hype has been stolen by the early signing day in December, but that doesn't change the excitement that area high school athletes had today after signing their names on the dotted line to play at the next level, like D.H. Conley's Panda Askew. The offensive lineman signed to play at UNC Charlotte.
It feels good. It feels like a weight off my shoulders, and now I'm focused on getting stronger and getting ready to go to Charlotte. I'm very excited. I'm not nervous at all. I think it's going to be great, and it's just one of those steps in life you got to take, and I'm ready to make it.
But Panda wasn't the only Viking to sign today. Place kicker Trey Robbins also signed to play at the next level as he signed to kick at Methodist University in Fayetteville.
Oh man, it's a great feeling. You know, shows your hard work pays off sometimes, most times. But yeah, it's just a great feeling.
Down the road at J.H. Rose, the Rapids had a pair of seniors who signed their national letters of intent to play at the next level as well. Jashawn Lowe signed to play safety at Myrtle Beach Prep, while Alec Haddock signed to play linebacker in Raleigh at Shaw University.
Shaw contacted me and said they've been watching me for a while, and then after that, they took me on a visit, and then they started really showing me love. And I was like, these are the coaches I want to be around in my next 4 years.
Good luck and congratulations to our area standouts. For On Your Side Sports, I'm Nolan Knight.
All right, thanks so much, Nolan. Those guys were not the only ones to have their NLIs yesterday, National Signing Day. Down in Jacksonville yesterday, Northside had 4 different players sign their national letters of intent to continue their athletic careers. Dante Jones signed to play at Campbell University. Miller and McDougal both signed to play at North Carolina Central. And 4-star defensive back Jaquarius Conley signed to play at North Carolina. So congratulations, guys. And over on the hoop scene up at college for ECU, the guys are back home and traveled back this past weekend from their game at Philadelphia against Temple, but they will play UCF tonight. Pirates Hoops is set to play inside Williams Arena at Minges Coliseum, looking to put an end to UCF's 7-game series win streak. The guys come in on a 2-game skid, hoping for win number 10 tonight. Their last win over the Black and Gold was 5 years ago, back in 2015, but this is a new year with lots of Pirate power ready to play, and our Brian Bailey will be live tonight from the court, and we'll have more later on this evening. All right, and multiple ECU spring sports teams will open up their 2020 slate on the road this weekend. The ladies lacrosse team hopped on a bus today, traveling down to South Carolina to open their 2020 slate at Furman and Presbyterian. The squad gets set for season number 3 under head coach Amanda Barnes. Barnes is joined in her coaching staff by assistant Emily Peros and MC Byrne. Byrne joins the coaching staff after graduating from Virginia Tech in May and will coach in her first ever career game on Friday. Speaking of Virginia Tech, they will be one of the opponents the East Carolina softball team will play this weekend. The Lady Pirates will play 5 different games between Friday and Sunday on Coastal Carolina's campus. Friday, the team will take on the University of Iowa and Campbell. Saturday, there will be a matchup against Coastal Carolina and Virginia Tech. And Sunday, the ladies will round out their weekend with another matchup against the Camels. All right, now I couldn't end my edition of Kelsey's Corner without recapping a little bit of the Super Bowl. So let's talk about Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. I like to call him Mahomie. Mr. Patrick Mahomes, the 24-year-old, became the youngest player in history to win the Super Bowl MVP title on Sunday. And boy, did he deserve it. Mahomes, QB1, led the Kansas City Chiefs to their first world title in 50 years. An exciting night at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, as the Chiefs took down the San Francisco 49ers 31-20. Speaking of the Super Bowl, how about those commercials? I'm bringing in Angie Casada, one of our anchors here at WNCT-9, and we're going to break down some of the commercials that went on during the Super Bowl. But before we get there, I have a bit of a recap. First of all, Angie, welcome.
Hey.
But we're going to look at a recap. This is a package that came out prior to the Super Bowl, but it kind of refreshes your memory on really what commercials were played. So here we go.
It's become one of the most talked about Super Bowl ads days before the game itself. Planters killing off Mr. Peanut after 104 years as its mascot.
Don't do it, Mr. Peanut. No!
In the wake of Kobe Bryant's death, Planters paused its social media campaign featuring the fiery crash, but will release ads on Sunday. Advertising expert Linda Kaplan-Thaler says other advertisers may be scrambling to make their own changes.
Are we likely to see some sort of tribute or nod to Kobe in some grand way?
I would not be at all surprised if somebody pulled their advertising and created some kind of tribute.
Ahead of the most watched TV event of the year, Amazon teased its Alexa commercial with Ellen and Portia de Rossi.
What do you think people did before Alexa?
Alexa, turn the temperature down 2 degrees.
But Kaplan-Thaler believes Hyundai's new Sonata ad, featuring recognizable faces and that Boston accent, could be the most memorable.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
Smart Pack?
Just hit the clicker. Car packs itself. It's smart.
Fresh off his Grammys wins, Lil Nas X is selling Doritos with an Old Town Road theme. And MC Hammer is making a comeback with Cheetos.
You can't touch this.
There will be commercials that aim to unite us, like Budweiser's new spot, and messages of female empowerment.
I always knew I wanted to be a coach.
Hey, Rock, I got these eggs. What you want to do with them?
Experts say even in the digital age, TV spots during the Super Bowl are one of the few places brands can be sure their advertising will be seen. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
All right, so whether you like the Super Bowl or not, I live for these commercials. I was a little bit disappointed this year. Let me turn this down a little. I always love the Budweiser puppy commercials and the Clydesdales, but this year did not disappoint. I think I need to go out and get a Smart Pack car.
I know.
But what were some of your favorites?
Man, thinking about it, looking back on it, I'm just like you. I love the halftime show, but the commercials is absolutely epic for me. I would have to say that Ellen DeGeneres, after that commercial with her wife, I was like, you know what? I might have to get a Alexa because I don't have one. I just have a regular Bluetooth speaker, but I do have the habit of saying, hey, Siri, play that song. And I think I just need Siri just went off. I need to get I need to get an Alexa, that's for sure. But Alexa, and then I would say TurboTax.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was dancing.
Oh my gosh, the legs with the dancing. I was like, this was epic. It kind of reminded me of this dance move that they do in Mississippi that I used to love. So it was just hysterical. TurboTax for sure.
I love it too. I was just pulling it up on my phone. Some of the ones I was writing down during the Super Bowl. I was like, I can't wait to talk about this during Kelsey's Corner. I thought the Cheetos were really good with MC Hammer.
Yes.
It made me want to go out and buy some.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend definitely bought some because he's a big fan. So he was munching that actually during the Super Bowl. So it was great. I loved it.
What else was there? I thought the Google one was so sad. I was like tearing up, and we were at our boss's house. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I know.
Is so sad.
And you know what too, Kels? Like I think like just the point like they made in the package, a lot of these companies are probably gonna like pull some of their commercials, and I'm so sure like they're probably gonna dedicate something more the line just for Kobe and just his legacy. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that soon.
Right. Also, I thought Lil Nas with the Doritos.
Yeah, with the horse dancing. I want to know if he actually
danced.
Do you think he really did that?
The horse?
Yeah, well, like him actually dancing on that with the horse and stuff. You think?
Maybe. I don't know. He's talented. And then my other one, I really loved Ellen, but also Post Malone. Post Malone had a commercial. I can't speak right now. For seltzers that I thought was very funny. So I was like, what the heck? Post Malone? What are you doing in here?
And who's the guy? I can't remember. I always forget his name, but he had the commercial. It was for T-Mobile. And he had a commercial with his mom, and she was like showing that she had service everywhere, and she was like, "Yeah, I got service in the club. I got service here." It was hysterical. Because parents are really like that too.
I know. Now we have to wait a whole nother year.
I know.
For the best. Honestly, I think it's one of the best days of the year. But we're still here. I know we both got our power buns on today. We're ready.
We really do.
We can just strap on a helmet and go play some football right now.
Seriously, like it's been raining all day, so this is like the go-to of humidity and all that nastiness. So it's good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. We just kind of wanted to chat a little bit about the commercials. But that will do it for this week's edition of Kelci's Corner. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.